Hi and welcome to Vintage Doll Collector. Today I want to share with you a rare piece of ephemera, the 1924 wholesale catalog from the Cincinnati Doll Company. The company was located at 311 to 313 East 12th Street in Cincinnati, Ohio. The catalog measures 9 by 6 inches and has 16 pages, including the front and back covers. Of this, there are 7 pages featuring dolls and 6 pages of other items. The Queen doll is all composition, 26 inches tall, and was available dressed in silk with marabou trim. A less expensive version, called Princess, is the same doll but dressed in cheaper sateen fabric. As you can see, the prices are per dozen, which is how you can tell it's a wholesale catalog. Queen is what's known as a Carnival Kewpie. These dolls are generally jointed only at the shoulders, and they always have large painted side-glancing googly eyes. Carnival Kewpies aren't real licensed Kewpie dolls, and they weren't available solely as carnival prizes, so the name isn't an accurate one, but it's how many collectors commonly refer to this type of doll. Carnival dolls are often dressed in simple costumes with fancy trims like these two. These are smaller than the Queen and Princess dolls on the previous page. This doll is 19 inches tall. As Beauty, she's dressed in silk, and as Stella in sateen. Both have marabou trim. The catalog descriptions don't mention the doll's hair, but Carnival Kewpies usually have mohair fiber glued directly to the head. This 16-inch doll, called Vamp, wears a costume described as a flapper plume dress. It appears to be made of ostrich feathers. The 14-inch version is called Baby. Here's a couple of styles of mama dolls. No mention is made of the material, but mama dolls usually have composition heads and limbs on a cloth body. These appear to have painted eyes. The boy doll on the left was sold in 3 different sizes: 17-inch Buster, 20-inch George, and 27-inch Willie. He has molded hair and wears a checked romper with a matching bonnet. The girl doll on the right side was sold as 20-inch Mary and 23-inch Jane. She wears a lace-trimmed dress with matching bloomers and bonnet and appears to have a wig. The next page shows a couple of Carnival Kewpie-type lamp dolls. These dolls have molded bases for stability. I've seen a few of these in person, and the lamp socket is molded right into the head. Unfortunately, that makes it tricky to rewire them. The first one, who's just called Light, is 26 inches tall with a 15-inch oblong shade trimmed with silk fringe. She's described as unbreakable, which means she's made of composition. The smaller one, called Belle, is 21 inches tall and has a pleated shade and tinsel-trimmed skirt. She's made of plaster rather than composition. They're priced by the piece rather than by the dozen. The next page shows more plaster dolls. I think these are the same doll as Belle, but without the lamp wiring. Without the socket and shade, they're 14 inches tall. Grace has long marcelled hair and a tinsel-trimmed skirt. You could get the same doll without the skirt for 5 cents less, called Hope. Diamond is the same doll as Grace, but her hair is shorter and straight. Without the skirt, she was called Ruby. Still more plaster dolls. These are dressed in the ostrich plume outfits and were available in 2 different sizes. Rose has the marcelled hair. The straight-haired version was called Viola. Agnes is just 9 inches tall. She appears to have her arms molded to her sides, not jointed like the other dolls. She also has her name on the base. The next page shows a doll and a couple of dog figures. It doesn't say whether they're plaster or composition. The doll on the left, named Squat, is molded in a kneeling position. From the photo, it looks like she has a wig, but hard to tell. She's 7 inches tall. The dog on the right is called Wow and is 11 inches tall. It looks like she might have a bow on her head. Towser is 8.5 inches tall and has a funny expression. The description says, "Fine flash for intermediate." I'm guessing that means it's decent quality for a medium-priced item. But leave me a comment if you have any insight on that. The rest of the catalog is household items. These blankets were quite nice. These pillow covers are pretty too. It says there were 25 different designs available. There are nesting baskets and a manicure set. Kitchen stuff too, an aluminum roasting pan and 8-quart kettle. Silver-plated items were apparently popular carnival prizes too. These items are a lot more expensive than the dolls. The cup at lower right is priced at $3 each. The next page is a price list of paddles with tickets for different size wheels and something called laydowns, apparently something used in the carnival business. The back cover gives the final sales pitch: "We want your business." This catalog still has its original mailing envelope. I want to end by showing you this wonderful card I got at an auction that holds a real photo of a little girl holding a carnival Kewpie doll. Under the flap that says Days of the Year, there's a tiny 1921 calendar. Here's a closer look. The doll is very similar to the beauty doll shown in the Cincinnati Doll Company catalog. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this trip back in time to the 1920s. If you'd like to be notified when I have new videos available, click on the subscribe button and the little bell icon. See you next time.